You that fish boy?
It's Fish Man.
My son, you could unite our worlds one day. The land and the sea.
I'm not a king. I'm nobody.
You are part of something deeper.
I can see that. Can you?
That was awesome.
Atlantis has always had a king. Now it needs something more.
But what could be greater than a king?
A hero.
Aquaman. This is gonna be fun.
Rated PG-13. See the new extended video on YouTube now.
Hey, buddy, you that fish boy from the TV?
It's Fish Man.
My son, you could unite our worlds one day. The land and the sea.
I'm not a king.
The world needs something more. A hero.
Aquaman.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. We got a whole bunch of new Aquaman footage to break down. It's the World Series, so of course they're dropping a whole bunch of new trailers. And there's a new round of that giveaway for the DC streaming service. All you have to do to enter that is be a subscriber and leave an Aquaman-related comment on the video. I'll name a new winner at the end of this. We start with the bar fight in Amnesty Bay. You're that fish boy. That's just them paying back that moment where he's a little kid in the aquarium and he has those bullies, then calls all the fish to him, freaking everybody out. Is them trying to show you how he's grown since Justice League. Like, he would probably have thrown down on the spot with people like that. And it's a bit of a callback also to the Man of Steel bar fight, where Superman does not squish those people that throw the beers at him. You may have noticed too, there's a whole bunch of scenes in the trailer that they include with him yelling about how much fun he's having after huge explosions or after getting the crap blown out of him. Like, this is so much fun. That's just the marketing department and James Wan, the director, trying to remind you about the tone of the film. And it's sort of a genre mashup. It's this big swashbuckling adventure crossed with the Nathan Drake Uncharted or Indiana Jones because of all the treasure hunting and all this big Game of Thrones level mythology because of how Atlantis originally sank and he has to unite the 7 different kingdoms of Atlantis. There's a whole new scene with his mother, Atlana, speaking to him as a baby. This is his father holding him all swaddled up, so he's like really, really young here. It's probably when she has to go back and take the throne of Atlantis. But the whole idea of him bringing peace between the surface world and the world of Atlantis is sort of like the overarching plot, but I think that most people are going to go into this movie more focused on him taking the throne. But there's really like 3 different stories going on in this. You have him taking the throne of Atlantis, then him uniting the 7 different kingdoms of Atlantis because all the different rulers like King Nereus, who's Mira's father, played by Dolph Lundgren here, he has his own agenda, so do the other rulers of the other city-states. But then on a larger level within the DC universe, he also has to bring peace between the surface world and the world of Atlantis. There's another scene of Mira using her hydrokinesis powers. That's just one of the really cool things she can do. She's also crazy strong like Wonder Woman or Aquaman above land. Physically, she's not quite as strong as Aquaman, but she is supposed to be close to Wonder Woman levels. But I think that they're trying to make the Wonder Woman of the DC movies a little more on par with Superman. But I believe Superman is still supposed to be the most powerful person on Earth, unless you're underwater, and then Aquaman could probably match him toe-to-toe for at least a little while. This bridge blowing up seems like Atlantean architecture, but when Atlantis was still above ground, I'm assuming because we get all these Graham McTavish flashbacks to King Atlan, the first High King of Atlantis. We'll see how and why Atlantis sank and broke into the 7 different nations. There's a shot of Aquaman in chains underwater being made to prostrate himself before someone we see off screen. This might be one of the other rulers like Mira's father or Ocean Master. This is a brand new shot of Black Manta without his special suit standing on top of his special ship. All of his gear and weaponry are Atlantean designs given to him by Ocean Master. That's why you see all these creatures in the pressure suits running after them in this big Fast and Furious chase scene. We finally get to see a picture of Ocean Master in his full comic book armor. This is a picture of him and Vulko riding their primary underwater mounts. The costume looks great. I was hoping they would include it, and after they did the big Aquaman classic comic book armor reveal in the last big trailer, I assumed that they would do Ocean Master too. Like, if you're gonna do the Aquaman costume, you're probably gonna do everybody everybody else's comic book costumes too. We get a shot of Aquaman saying goodbye to his father. Maybe this is after he decides to make a go of it early in the film. Then more of that scene with them going all Indiana Jones, searching for King Atlan's trident amongst the ruins of ancient Atlantis above ground. We finally get to see Aquaman and Black Manta throw down up close in the scene, but it looks like the beginning of the big chase scene that they put in all the trailers, where he shows up, blasts the crap out of them, and they just start running through all those buildings. You get a bunch of big wide shots of them flying through Atlantis. They have to do the same thing for Atlantis in the DC universe that the Black Panther movie did for Wakanda in the Marvel universe. Like, this is supposed to be the most amazing city that you've never seen before. This is why it's so special. You get Mira's call to action before he puts on the comic book armor, telling him he has to be this mythic hero like King Atlan, his ancestor, which is a big callback to that Justice League flashback scene with Steppenwolf where all the people of the Earth were united. You have King Atlan, the Atlanteans, fighting with the Amazons, the gods, and the humans to get rid of Steppenwolf. This is sort of the dream of the DC universe where you have the Justice League, people representing different parts of the planet, bringing everyone together to fight as one. But the really cool thing that we learned from behind the scenes is that when Justice League was still originally going to be broken into 2 films, this flashback scene was originally supposed to be them fighting a very young version of Darkseid. They fight him off, he leaves the mother boxes, and then for the most part the plot proceeds in the same way, where Steppenwolf leads to a scene with Darkseid, and Darkseid becomes the big villain of that second film. So right now, if you're still really hyped up for seeing Darkseid at some point in the DC movie universe, it seems like the first big movie they're planning on putting him in is going to be the New Gods movie, but we don't have a release date for that yet, and we don't know what the tone is going to be or which comic books it's going to be inspired by, but presumably it's going to include all the really big Jack Kirby Fourth World characters, so I am really excited to see what it's going to look like. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about all this so far? Obviously, Aquaman isn't coming out till the Christmas holiday season, so we'll probably get a couple more trailers before it gets here. For those of you asking about the timeline, this movie picks up in present day after the events of Justice League. So he's already been through all that stuff with the rest of them, and they did explain that it's meant to be relatively self-contained, so I'm not expecting any really big cameos from the other Justice League members. Maybe there'll be a post-credit scene with Wonder Woman or Shazam that'll help set up their movies. Shazam is the next movie that's coming out though. Fun fact, the Shazam movie meant to introduce magic on a different level within the DC universe. Magic is also a big part of Atlantean society. For instance, the shield that protects Atlantis and hides it from view the same way that there's a shield over Themyscira is magical in nature. So there is a lot of magic in Atlantean society. They get into that in the more recent Rebirth DC comics, but I don't know how they're going to try and weave that into the Aquaman movie. Nothing that I've seen from any of the trailers gives any kind of hint that magic exists within this society. Think of them like a really ancient culture that just has evolved so much that magic isn't so much magic to them. It's just science that most people haven't figured out yet. Marvel kind of did that in the Doctor Strange movie where they tried to provide a scientific explanation for how they weave their spells and where they pull that energy from in other dimensions. There was some cool Marvel news about a Hawkeye project that's happening during Marvel Phase 4, so I might do a video for that next later tonight. But leave all your video requests in the comments below. Marvel, DC, anything else. Congratulations, Arrow22, you're the giveaway winner from my last big DC video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your contact details. Click here for that longer, extended Aquaman footage, and click here for that brand new Captain Marvel video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.